is that you just dropped off all your music in your folder there. And if not, I would hope that maybe you could bring it in sometime over the week or weekend when you come to worship. And that way we'll have it all when we go to put it all back together again. So thank you for those of you who brought it. I appreciate that. If you would take the song, Your Awesome Love for Me. We're going to do this on the 25th, and we're going to rehearse this for the most part here in these seats, but then I'm going to have you come up on the platform. We're going to begin to repopulate the choir hall. And my hope is that between what we can do in spreading you out there, as well as a few chairs that you'll see down here on the floor, that we can get you up there on the 25th. Which will feel very good, I hope. It'll be a lot easier to mic you. You might actually sound like a group together. However, we'll probably still have masks on, but still, it's one more step toward I am a part of the choir. Yeah. That's a part of, you're in my seat. What is that? Get out. All right. So, Joni, why don't we take a look at, I know, Joni. I said it was going to be fluid. I said it was going to be fluid tonight. The one thing that I like about this piece, again, is that it involves the congregation. We get to actually ask them to sing along with us when we get over to page 10, and we sing the hymn, My Jesus, I Love Thee. That is always a gold moment when you can draw the congregation into your moment as an offering. Much like a preacher might ask a question and see if people can answer it. So with that in mind, just looking through again the text of this. Almighty God and King, maker of heaven and earth, angels and saints proclaim your matchless worth. And we have to understand angels and saints that have gone before us, but you too are saints. And you proclaim the worth that you know of God. The angels know far more. Although they were still waiting to see how God was going to rescue you. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? They could live in the presence of God in the glory of heaven and yet not know. Which means even when you're in heaven, I think there's more to learn. One cannot comprehend everything you are. Isn't that true? Oh my goodness. But the greatest mystery, and I hope you feel this, is your awesome love for me. There's a lot of people you could say, I love you to. But there aren't a lot of people who would say they love you and have the same impact that God has when he says it in his word. I want you to cherish that. I want you to know that, because some of us fight our sense of value. Some of us fight our sense of significance. Some of us fight our worth, whatever it is. And as displaced as that is, it's true. We're human beings. We feel. We struggle. We're aware of other people's thoughts and all that kind of stuff. But God has never, ever not loved you. And God has never, ever thought you were something that you're not. He knows every weakness of you. He knows every doubt of you. He knows everything that has challenged your life and everything that's going to challenge your life that you don't even know about yet. And he loves you. He loves you enough to say you're not going to be going through that alone. Page 5. For all my darkest paths, you are the light. It doesn't mean that you won't hit dark paths. It just means that whatever light you are going to need along that dark path will be given to you by God. That's what that means. You go before each step. You fight every fight. Sometimes it doesn't feel like God's fighting. Sometimes it feels like his hand is removed. But he never removes it beyond his control. So he always wins his fight. He always wins his fight. And when trials overwhelm us, which they do, right? Sometimes you just have a day like no other day. And you're ready to just cash it in. When trials overwhelm and troubles flood my soul, you calm the storms in me. How we look for other things to calm those storms until we just look up to God and say, I can't do this, Lord. I need you to calm this storm. He's the peace in the raging sea. It may not mean that the sea calms right away, but he will be the peace with it. And that's why we sing Amazing Love. How can it be that you would love me like that, would die for me like that? And for all you've given, Lord, it goes on to say on page 7, I stand amazed. Salvation covers me, forever changed. And all I could not be, you met every need. That doesn't mean he makes you everything. He just makes you everything he needs you to be. Huge difference. My sin, my broken life, outshadowed by your cross and your sacrifice. My hopelessness, my shame, outshadowed by his faithfulness, his grace, the greatest mystery, your awesome love for me. So we respond with, my Jesus, I love you. And then we come to that again, the great mystery, your awesome love for me. Let's go to the beginning, and let's just see what we remember of this. We sang through it one time. Okay? Try to sit up a little bit just to see if you can give yourself a little chance to make some good tone.